Hello friends, in today's video, we will learn how to deploy, configure and maintain the system. Here, we will get full commands, theory and hands-on lab. Let's see how many sessions we are covering in this topic. So, there are 6 sessions we are covering. This is very important for the RCSA exam. Let's move to the first session. First session is schedule the task using add, cron and systemctl timer unit. So, if you are preparing for the RHCSA exam, this topic is extremely important. You will get questions on creating service, timer, enabling them and verify the execution. So let's break it down step by step. So what is systemctl timer? Systemctl timer are used to schedule the tasks in modern Linux system like cron. Timer integrate directly with systemctl service. It supports advanced calendar expression and provides better login reliability. And it is a one-time scheduled task. It runs command once at a specific time. It requires ATD service running. Cron is repeating the scheduled task daily. So here the key points of exam. Timer work with two files. A dot service file, it defines what run. And second one is dot timer file. It defines when it run. Timer support on calendar, time base. On boot second, after boot. On unit active second, repeat after last run. Timer must be enabled and started. Use systemd list hyphen timer to verify the execution. The log appear in generalctl-u and service. We can check the logs as well. So let's move to the terminal. Now I open my terminal. So here we can create the script to run every 10 minutes. First let's create a simple script that log or timestamp every time it runs. So first of all is create a directory using mkdir -p for the parent directory usr local key. Now I create a file. So with slash usr local bin 10-minute sh. I open the file. Before entering the file, I need to press button I. Otherwise, I didn't write anything in this file. So let's create the first script. Hash colon slash bin slash bash. Enter. Equal. Secure. And in slash var slash log. Here we give the path where timer is executed. In init.log. Now save and exit. For save the file, we can use :wq exclamation enter. So make it file executable. So we have to give the permission execute. Using chmod commands, we can give the execute permission to the file plus x for execute. File path slash v. So So RHCSA exam always check whether your script is execute or not. So make sure to give the execute permission to our script. After that, we can create systemd service file that define what command will run. So let's see. etc/systemd/system. So this place is service file is placed. This is the path where service file is placed. Slash 10 minute dot service. Enter. Now we can add unit description. We can provide you here our shell scripting path where local bin slash file name. Now I save the file. Before that, type equal to one shot is required for a simple script and the file location /etc/systemd/system, it is the location of the service file. Now I save the file using :wq exclamation. The next step is create the timer file every 10 minutes. So now we are create the timer file that control when the service runs. With /etc/systemd/system 10 minute dot timer. Enter. Press R and here I write unit will run every 10 minutes. Enter. Start for all column 0/10. Or 10 bar. So star:0/10 means every hour at every minute. This is the correct RHCSA syntax for every 10 minutes, star for all, and every 10 minutes. And you must include wanted by equal to timers dot target. Otherwise, the timer won't enable. So I open this file, save the file. The next step is enable and start the timer. Let's activate the timer using systemctl data viewer. Now we can enable the timer using systemctl enable hyphen now 10 minute dot timer. Failure to enable unit in menu here. We will see the timer file here. I open the timer file and check what is the incorrect in that unit description equal to run script every 10 minutes timer on calendar and install target. Now I save my file. Now we execute the command. Now it's run. So next task is check the timer using systemctl list hyphen timer. Enter. So here you should see the timers. Monday, Tuesday. There are 4 timer list. So in this file, make sure each and every character letter is right perfectly. No small letter, no capital letter. Check perfectly. I open the file here. Make sure this O is capital, C is capital, or other letters are in the small. So make sure it is very important how we write the script. I press W2 exclamation, save the file, reload the daemon, reload the service, and now we can see, check the terminal status of this service. And check this, it is run systemctl status 10 minute dot time. So it's active and waiting. So next step is verify and check the timer using systemctl systemctl list times insert. Now we can check the service. It is the active and now we can verify the execution. I clear my screen. So general ctl hyphen u 10 minute dot service hyphen since file names and we can check the log through general CTL. Enter. So there is no entries in this log file. Let's move to the next session. Manage service system CTLs. How to manage service? We can see. Systemd control services, target and timers and socket. RHCSA exam is heavily test the service management. Let's move to the terminal. So, if we have to start the service, we can use system CTL start. So, using this command, we can start the service. If we have to stop the service, we can use systemctl stop service name. Enter. If we have to enable at boot, then we can use systemctl enable service name. If we have to disable the service, we can simply use systemctl disable and service name. If we have to check the status, we can use systemctl status service name. Now it's inactive. I active the service using systemctl start and service name. Now I check the status again, it's active and running. If we have to view the log, we can use general CTL -u and service name. So here is the real-time log. Now, in this session, we learn how to enable, disable, start the service. So, let's move to the next session. Session 3 is boot into specific target. There are 4 targets. Multi-user.target, it is used for command line interface and networking. The old run level is 3. The target graphical.target, it is the base on the GUI, graphical unit interface. The run level of this target is 5. And rescue.target, it is used for single user mode. The run level is 1. And emergency.target, it is a minimal environment. There is no network, it is used when we have to troubleshoot our service. So let's move to the terminal. So if we have to change the current target, we can use systemctl isolate multi-user target. Using this command, we can change the current target. If we have to set default that multi-user target, we can use systemctl set -default and target name. Suppose I have to check my view default, then I can use systemctl get default. Enter. So my target is graphical target. If I change the target, then I have to shut down my system and again I move to the multi-user target. So make sure how to system set to the boot into CLI mode. So use this command systemctl set default. This is very important command. Set hyphen default and target name. If I set the graphical target, now my system is set to the graphical mode. The next session is configure the time service client. Let's move to the session 4, configure the time service client. So, in today's session, we are diving deep into the time service client. It configure using the chronyd, which is default time synchronization service in RHCSA. The topic is extremely important for RHCSA exam because accurate time affect the fail authentication, Kerberos, clustering and automation. Chronyd is the NTP client and server used in RHCSA to synchronize the time with external NTP server. Think of it, a clock manager that constantly checks the correct time for trusted service and adjust your system clock. So, I open my terminal here. We can see how to set our chronyd services. So, using, I clear my screen. Okay. Systemctl enable hyphen now chronyd enter. So systemctl enable chronyd. This ensures chronyd service is automatically at boot. RHCSA enable the service is a common task. If we have to start the chronyd, we can use systemctl start chronyd service. Let's see. If we have to check the status, we can use systemctl status. Now it's active and run. If we have to check the time synchronization status, we can use chrony CHRONYC tracking enter. These commands show accurate current synchronization status of chronyd. In the exam, you must know how to verify whether your system is actually synchronized. Reference ID, which NTP server you are synchronization with. Leave status, it is used for whether time is stable or not. System time offside, it is used for how far your clock is from the correct time. And frequency, it is used for how much chronody is adjust your clock. If the system is not synchronization, the reference ID will show 0000 or unknown. This is a common troubleshooting question. Next move, how to list the NTP server using chrony C source. So here, this command lists all NTP server chronyd is using. You can see here. So, star, this is the primary server currently in use. Plus is used for the good alternate server. Question mark, it is used for the unreachable. And T is used for to variable. And X, it is used for to false ticker, bad time source. RHCSA may ask you to identify whether the system is synchronization is properly based on this symbol or not. So I mentioned this symbol in the description box. So next, how to add a custom NTP server. So let's see how to add the custom NTP server. We have to go cvim/etc/cross configuration file. Enter. Now we have to add line here. I press I for Let's start session 5. Install and update the package. So, what RHCSA test in the session? CDN access using subscription manager, remote repository using DNF, local RPM installations, system update, troubleshooting missing repos. The exam environment may or may not have internet access. That is why the Red Hat expects you to know how to install package from local RPM, local ISO repos and configured remote repos. In real RHL system, you must register your machine to Red Hat CDN to access official repository. Let's open the terminal and clear my screen here. So, in the exam, this is may already be done, but you must know the command. Subscription manager register. Um, So here, I need to install subscription manager because it is not available in my system. So in my system, subscription manager is not found because my system is not registered to Red Hat or not running RHL. This command is exit only for RHL, CentOS, AMLA, Linux if the correct package is installed. My system is Oracle Linux, so it is not available in this system. So you just understand the commands. So here you can see in this session we will see install and update the package. What RHCSA test in this exam? In this session, CDN access using subscription manager, remote repository using DNF, local RPM installations, system update, and troubleshooting missing repos. The exam environment may or may not have internet access. That's why Red Hat expects you to know how to install package from local RPM, local ISO repos, and configure the remote repos. In RHL system, you must register your system machines to Red Hat CDN to access official repository. In the exam, this may already be done. You must know the command. I just show you. Now I open my terminal. So, in the RHL system, you must register your machine to Red Hat CDN to access file official repository. In the exam, this may already be done, but you must know the command. I just show you the real quick commands that you have to use. So, subscription manager register and subscription manager attach hyphen auto. This command authenticate your system and attach a valid subscription so you can use DNF normally. Now we can see the list of repository. Once your system is registered, you can check which repository are available. So using DNF repo list. Using these commands, we can see all enable repository. If the package isn't found, first thing you check is whether the correct repo is enabled or not. After that, install the package from remote repo. Install the software from remote repository is very straightforward using dnf install httpd. So dnf automatically resolve dependency. Download the package and install it. You can see here installing the httpd package completed. Now, if we have to update the system, we can use dnf update -y. So using this command, this update all installed package to the latest version available in your enable repository. Now you can see update the system successfully or completed. The next part is install the local RPM files. So if we install the local RPM, it is better than RPM-IVH because DNF automatically resolve the dependency. So you can use DNF install dot slash package dot RPM. So using this command, we can install the package from the local RPM file. Here you can take the local RPM file path to install the packages. So next step is I am providing you to hands-on lab to install VSFTPD from local RPM with full explanations. So this is very important for the exam perspective. Let's clear my screen. So install VSFTPD from local RPM file. In the exam, you might find file like vsftpd.rpm. Inside the slash home slash student or slash temp or else root. The session 6 modify system bootloader grub2. So understand how grub2 loads kernel parameter and how to safely modify them. Grub configuration file is /etc/default/grub. This file contains high-level grub settings such as timeout, theme, or kernel parameter. Actual bootloader configuration used at boot. BIOS setting configuration file is /boot/grub2/grub.cfg. And UEFI system, it is in this configuration file. Grub.cfg is auto-generate. You will never edit it directly. And /etc/default/grub, it is a regenerate. And grub update the real configuration. So now I open my terminal. The first step is edit the grub using win/etc/default/grub. Enter. So in this file, I have to add the parameter. Suppose the task is disable the IPv6 at boot using the kernel parameter. Our task is disable the IPv6 at using a kernel parameter. So I can add a parameter here. I press I, enter. Grub cmd command line Linux. equal to IPv6 dot disable equal to 1. So remember this parameter we have to add in the grub configuration file if we have to disable IPv6 at boot using the kernel parameter. Now I save the file. The third step is regenerate grub configuration. Grub2 -mk config -o /boot /grub2 /grub.cfg. Enter. So here generating the grub configuration file and it's done. You can see here. The another step is after regenerating the grub configuration is reboot. We have to reboot the system. Grub passes kernel parameter during boot. IPv6.disable equal to 1. Tell the kernel to disable IPv6 before networking service start. Regenerate grub. Ensure the new parameter is included in bootloader active config. So, this is our sixth session. Now, you can see the bonus parameter. I show you the mimic real exam task. So, make sure to complete each and every scenario. So, it is very helpful for you during the exam. Scenario 1 is script /user /local /bin/backup.sh must run every day at 1 a.m. So each and every scenario is already covered in today's video. To make sure cover each and every topic, so it is very helpful for you to learn this command and learn this scenario. It is really important. So if you want more videos like this, like, share and subscribe and go through the each and every video. So it will be very helpful for you to pass RHCSA exam. Thank you so much.